The Senate President cites the April 29th Supreme Court decision to gut a key provision of the Voting Rights Act as a game changer. The Senate President is not yet talking about redrawing congressional districts, but rather addressing any constitutional questions or concerns about how they're drawn. An about face for Senate President Bill Ferguson. He says he's changed his mind about redistricting because the U.S. Supreme Court changed the rules. The High Court knocked out a key provision in the Voting Rights Act that protected against racial discrimination in voting and representation.
Being that the Supreme Court is right-wing and it struck down the decision that helped my ancestors get the accurate count, it's disheartening for the future. So, I just keep it to the point where I'm like, all right, hopefully this primary people understand how important it is to vote.
In a statement issued Friday, the Senate President writes, Maryland must respond as the ground shifts under us. I am in active conversations with my caucus about a special session and constitutional amendment to address the 2022 Maryland Court redistricting decision and new U.S. Supreme Court VRA decision with the aim of putting this before Maryland voters in November. The Senate President is referencing a 2022 decision by a Maryland judge. She threw out a Maryland redistricting map on the grounds it was not compact nor gave regard to natural boundaries. She continued, it did not take into consideration the boundaries of cities and counties. He says he would consider amendments to the state constitution to remove that language cited by the judge. The map was redrawn and Democrats dropped their appeal.
Yeah, I think, they could take another look because I think everyone has the right to at least be considered.
Governor Moore, reacting to the Senate President's change of mind recently, told reporters, I think his statement represents a welcome shift, that he is moving and that he understands the urgency of the moment. It is an urgency that I've been saying for months, that we've got to move and take this seriously. And so it's a very welcome shift.
I think they should definitely do it early. I don't know. I'm all for fairness and making sure everyone has an equal voice.
Republicans call a special session on redistricting an unprecedented, blatant effort at election manipulation. Ferguson says a special session may happen after the June 23rd primary. Any change to the Maryland Constitution would have to be approved by voters. The referendum question could be on the ballot this November, and if approved, it gives lawmakers an opportunity to redraw congressional district maps ahead of the 2028 election. Reporting live from the newsroom, David Collins, WBAL-TV 11 News.